It'll be great.
All right, we're on 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome Army fans. This is Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com, along with a very special guest, former Army safety and linebacker Geoffery Bacon. We're going to talk a little bit about the post-game analysis of the Army-Boston College game. Final score, Boston College 27, Army 24 here at Michie Stadium. Interesting game. Started off, Boston College really dominated the first half, 13-3 lead at halftime. They controlled the time of possession, I believe, a little over 18 minutes to 10 minutes. Ran 37 plays to Army's 18. Army did lead the turnover battle at halftime, 1-0. The second half was an entirely different story. Like a lot of Army's games this year, it's been a tale of two halves. Army's offense came out firing on all cylinders in the second half, scored 3 touchdowns, their first 3 drives, so that was huge. And really were only stopped because of a little bit of somebody trying to make a play maybe that maybe shouldn't have tried to make. But the offense was rolling, and the defense came up with a big 4th down stop in the second half. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as Boston College ran for 300 yards and scored with 25 seconds left on the clock. Their quarterback, Castellanos, had a really good game, 4 touchdowns, was just a force to be reckoned with on the ground. Geoffery, give us your quick thoughts on the game as a former player.
Thanks for having me first off. It's been a long time since I've done something like this. Obviously, we didn't get the end goal we wanted, but there were a lot of things that we have to be proud about. This team under Coach Monken, something great that we see is they're competing every play. They're playing to win. They're not just playing to be out here. And I think today they showed that they can compete with anybody. We had a lot of opportunities to win the game. And Coach Monken at halftime said they were going to correct some things, and he was true to his word because they did. So in true Coach Monken fashion, they got after it. So it was good to see that. So definitely a lot of things to be proud of for today.
Awesome stuff. That's great insight from Geoffery there. I completely agree. Team fought till the very end, fought really hard in the second half, and that's been a character trait of the Coach Monken teams going all the way back to Geoffery's senior season, the 2014 season, and fought really hard. What did you see, Geoffery, that was probably the biggest adjustment the team made offensively, where they didn't seem to be able to get much going in the first half, but the second half, the running game really opened up, as well as some of the RPO game and the play-action passing game?
To be honest, I think the precision, that was one thing. It looked to seem like we picked up a lot of blocks during that second half that helped us out big time. Having Robinson back, he's a great
Huge,
player.
yeah.
So I think we all can acknowledge, that definitely helped the team. Daly, he's doing pretty good in my opinion. He is one of the toughest quarterbacks I've seen in a while. So it's definitely proud to see those guys out there fighting the way they did.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Tyrell Robinson adds a huge X factor to the offense. We saw what he was able to do. We're going to break down some highlights now at the request of the GBK fan base. We're going to do some highlight breakdown. This is the first time we've ever done this, so we're excited about it. I want to echo Geoffery's comments. I think Robinson adds a huge X factor to the offense. And Bryson Daly, I think people need to be patient. It's his 5th start at quarterback. It's not an easy position to learn, new offense. And like Geoffery was saying, I think he's very tough. He's a very tough runner, very physical at the point of attack, and gives the Army offense some really good things. So let's get started on some of these highlights. And we're going to start with here, Geoffery. This was one of Bryson Daly's first big runs in the first half. And then we go into Tyrell Robinson's big catch on the RPO. Or this is the interception, actually. This play right here is the interception. Quendrell Hammonds with the pick. Nice return here by Hammonds. Was kind of playing center field back there. What did you see on that interception, Geoffery? Anything specific from that camera angle?
I saw the defensive line get pressure. I think that was huge. They didn't let the QB get out and just run around and do everything that he potentially wanted to do. So, I think in my opinion, that pick starts with with the front guys. So, although great pick, great return, you got to show some love to the big guys up front on that one.
Absolutely. Getting the pressure on the quarterback was huge. I think that was the difference between some of the plays he was able to sit back there and take his time versus that interception. Great insight there, Geoffery. Thanks for that. I think now we're going to go to, this is going to be the Bryson Daly run, followed by the Tyrell Robinson catch. The RPO here. We gotta rewind this one. It's okay. Charles will help me edit this. We'll be fine. All right, so we are going to break down a Bryson Daly run followed by Terrell Robinson's big catch on the run-pass option here. So let's start off with Daly's run, which sets up the Robinson pass, kind of. Tell me what you see in the offensive line here, Geoffrey.
Saw those two offensive linemen pulling. I think they definitely set up Daly well for that one. Anytime on the defense, you see two big linemen coming your way.
Okay, so Geoffrey and I are going to break down a Bryson Daly run followed by the really nice play-action pass to Terrell Robinson. So tell me what you see with the offensive line here, Geoffrey.
I see those two pulling offensive linemen right there. From a defensive standpoint, it's nothing more scary than you got two big bodies coming at you. So
600 pounds coming downhill. Now here's the pass to Robinson.
I think that run they did previously definitely set up the play action there. So I think Daly and Robinson, having that tandem together, they ran it very well.
Absolutely. All right, David, cut because we're gonna. Okay, so now we're gonna in Army's last scoring drive, Bryson Daly threw a really nice pop pass to Tyson Riley, snuck it in between two defenders for Army's touchdown. So we're going to watch that now and analyze that. Tell me what you saw there, Geoffrey.
A really good play call. Kind of going back to the trenches again. The O-line kind of giving them time to get out there, get that pass. So I think that was a great play call there.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. The coaches take a lot of heat for their play calls sometimes, but that was a really great play call. There were a lot of situations where today I thought Coach Thatcher called a really good game, especially in the second half. I thought Coach Woody called a really good game on defense. I'm just going to break down a couple of the key plays, kind of key turning points in the game. The interception in the first half, Army was able to get 3 points off a turnover there with a field goal, but if they could have finished that drive with a touchdown, it would have really helped. I think one of the critical series of the game was probably right before halftime. Army was down at the time 6-3. Boston College is driving. And what you see at that point in time is Army holds BC to a 4th and short, and BC is about to bring their field goal team onto the field. And Army has to call a timeout due to a mistake in terms of too many men on the field. They ran a guy off late, which allowed BC to run their offense back onto the field, get a first down, and score a touchdown. So really, if you look at that 4-point differential, could have gone 24-23. It's one of those games that it was so close and so well played that there's really and Coach Monken says this, all big games come down to like 2 or 3 plays a lot of times, right? And
yes,
who
sir.
makes those plays?
And definitely, that's something he's been telling us for years. So.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that was one. The other one is, obviously the big run by Bryson Daly for the first down where he tried to make the big play, the big pass play to Hayden Reed that if it's good, it goes for a touchdown, and the game's pretty much salted away at that point. So it's hard to blame the kid for trying to make a big play there. Hayden Reed does a great job picking up the forward pass, taking it for a touchdown, and Daly was just barely past the line of scrimmage on that. Maybe if he goes down, gets the first down, Army's able to grind some more clock. BC never gets the ball back. Army salts the win away. So I think those are two that people are going to talk about for a while. Anytime you win or lose a game like that, there's 3 or 4 key plays that could have gone either way. But, again, I think Army's got some things to build on the second half of the season. They're 2-3 right now. Still, bowl eligibility is still within reach. It makes next week's game against Troy much more of a must-win. And then, of course, they go into the academy games. And, Geoffrey, let's get your perspective a little bit, being a former player, talking about the CIC games and the rivalries there. Regardless of what your record was going in or how the season was going, Air Force is off to a great start. But I still think that game's going to be a bare-knuckle brawl, as Coach Monken likes to call it. Talk to me a little bit about your thoughts about the Air Force game coming up in about a month or so.
Yeah, sure. We definitely we love every game. You go out to win every game. But it's definitely something special about playing the other service academies. No matter what the record is, they're always hard fought games. You kind of have that sense of pride, those bragging rights. That you're fighting for. So it's always going to be a tough game, no matter how any other teams are doing. So.
Absolutely. So must win coming up against Troy next week right here at Michie Stadium. Then the big one at LSU in 2 weeks. They come back home for UMass, then on to Air Force. So the team's still got a shot at bowl eligibility. They've got to clean up a couple things, but they are fighting hard. They are playing hard. The offense is doing a better job, and they're starting to click a little bit more, so we're excited about that. You look at some of the final stats. I think one of the keys is BC played Army football for a lot of the first half. They ran for over 300 yards today, and typically, I know if you talk to Coach Woody, giving up 300 yards, Army's not going to beat a lot of people giving up 300 yards on the ground. So that was probably something they're going to work on in practice this week and try and get better. That's really it for GoBlackKnights.com. Go ahead, check out our video, our post-game analysis. Tell me what I got right, what I got wrong. It's Geoffrey's first shot doing this, so be kind to him. He's a former player. I'm sure he did a great job, so just pick on me if you need to. And go into comments. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. And, make sure you check out the 12th night, where the best, most exclusive coverage like this is available to GoBlackKnights.com fans and Army fans all over the globe. This has been Joe Iacono for GoBlackKnights.com signing out. Final score today, Boston College 27, Army 24. Thanks.